Let me be very clear. Most real estate investors in Canada started with a full-time job. Hindi sila nagsimula na meron ng financial freedom. They built freedom while working. Ang problema ng karamihan, hindi sa kakulangan ng oras. Kakulangan sa malinaw na plano. Maraming Pilipino dito sa Canada masipag, malakas mag-overtime, malakas rin mag-ipon. Pero karamihan walang clear plan. Tapos bibili na lang ng property kasi sabi ng iba okay daw. Tapos umaasa lang sa appreciation. Pero tandaan mo ito, hindi ka makakapag-retire sa appreciation. Hindi ka makakapagbayad ng expenses mo at bills sa appreciation lang. Magre-retire ka sa cash flow. So dito ngayon, ang pinag-uusapan natin ay cash flow lang. Hindi kasali yung appreciation, mortgage or loan pay down, at yung mga tax advantages. Cash flow lang ang pag-usapan natin ngayon. Meaning, kung maabot mo yung cash flow numbers sa plano mo through real estate investing, ibig sabihin, ang lahat ng iyon, yung mortgage pay down, appreciation, at tax advantages, bonus mo na yon. Dito sa Canada, majority ng landlords merong full-time job, may isa o tatlong properties, at hindi sila araw-araw ang nagmamanage kasi nga meron silang full-time job. Ang sikreto nila ay hindi hustle, pero ang sikreto nila ang systems. Let's be honest. Karamihan ang nagsasabi na ang real estate daw ay passive income, pero sa tutuusin, hindi siya passive. Pero it requires less of your time. Hindi siya full-time dahil hindi ka naman araw-araw nakikiusap sa tenant. Hindi ka naman araw-araw bumibili ng property. Hindi naman araw-araw may sira yung bahay mo na kailangan ng maintenance at kailangan ng oras mo. Most of the work happens when buying, when you finance, when you renovate, and when you stabilize the property. Ang apat na yon, those are the 4 items na require most of your time. After that, maintenance mode ka na lang. Bakit nga ba advantage kung meron kang full-time job pag pumasok ka sa real estate? Number 1 is stable income. Mas papahiramin ka ng bangko dahil meron kang stable job. Una nila tingnan kung paano mo mababayaran yung utang mo. Dahil meron kang full-time job, less pressure na ngayon. Hindi ka nagmamadali at hindi mo fino-force yung bad investments. Kapag meron kang trabaho, yung trabaho mo ang nag-fund ng down payment mo. Tapos nagsusupport yan sa borrowing power mo. At pag may trabaho ka, it buys you patience. Most beginners ask, ano ba ang property na bibilhin ko? Ang dapat na tanong is, ano ba ang cash flow target ko? Para mas maging specific ka. Step 1, lifestyle number. Let's use a realistic Filipino in Canada scenario. If you choose a comfortable lifestyle, depende lahat yan sa lifestyle mo. Number 1, if wala ka ng mortgage, ang cash flow nagko-cover ng bills mo, may konting travel, walang panic sa pera. So more or less $6,000 na cash flow per month. So $6,000 cash flow per month is $72,000 per year. Again, this is cash flow only. Step 2 is cash flow per unit. Let's stay conservative. In Canada, especially in Alberta and other secondary markets, $200 to $300 of cash flow per unit is very realistic. So let's choose $250 per month na cash flow. Step 3, number of units needed. Now let's do the math. So sa lifestyle na gusto mo na comfortable, $6,000 of cash flow per month divided by mo ngayon sa $250 na cash flow per unit. So ang kailangan mo to attain $6,000 of cash flow per month is 24 units. Hindi 100 doors, hindi condo flipping, hindi fix and flip, 24 rental units. So important reminder, ang lahat ng numbers na dito, hindi pa kasama yung ating appreciation, loan pay down, at tax advantages. So while you're earning $6,000 per month of pure cash flow, that's from your 24 units, your tenants are also paying down your loan. Paying down your loan, in return, increasing your equity. and you get the benefits from long-term appreciation. That's why cash flow is the foundation, not the whole picture. 10-year, 5-year, and 3-year plan. These are all examples which is very realistic. So let's create a 10-year goal which is our destination, our end goal. So gusto nga natin within the next 10 years, magka-cash flow tayo ng $6,000 per month from 24 units. Make sure you run your real estate as a business. Our 10-year end goal. Number 1 is $6,000 to $10,000 of cash flow per month. By the time you hit 10 years, more or less you have 24 units to 40 units. When you have those 24 to 40 units, you are running a business. And then working becomes optional. This is not hassle freedom. This is quiet stability. 5-year goal structure. Your 5-year goal should work towards your 10-year end goal. So within the next 5 years, target natin is 12 to 15 units, $3,000 to $4,000 of cash flow per month. Ganon ka ng property management in place. Tapos malakas na yung relationship mo sa mga lenders. By this point, you are not guessing. You understand real numbers. And you stop panicking dahil umangat ang interest rate. Our 3-year goal is the momentum builder. This is where most people quit. So clarity matters. So within the next 3 years, ang target natin is 5 to 7 units. Within those 5 to 7 units, we cash flow $1,200 to $1,800 per month. And within the next 3 years, dyan mangyayari yung first refinance natin. Pull out natin yung equity to buy more properties. And within the next 3 years, that's where you build your emergency fund. At this stage, marami ka ng experiences na nadaanan, marami ka ng lessons. You feel like a real investor at this stage. 1-year goal natin sa ating 10-year plan, which is our foundation. This is the boring but powerful stage. Target natin in year 1, buy 1 investment property. You will cash flow between $200 to $300 per month. You save $20,000 to $40,000 and you build your team, your realtors, your contractors, property management, other trades that you need in your investment stage. This is not about speed. It's about confidence and systems, monthly goals. This is where real success happens. Between this stage, we will save $1,500 to $3,000 per month. Diyan tayo maglo-learn how to track expenses and track your net worth. Going towards your first year, learn one topic, monthly education. Analyze 10 deals, learn one topic deeply. Stop binge watching and go study. Monthly network. During this stage, at least meet one investor, message one realtor, build relationships before you need them. Monthly mindset. Review your goals, adjust expectations, remove pressure to rush. Big goals are built in boring months. We were taught to work hard, save money, and avoid debt. But in Canada, debt builds assets. Your assets build cash flow, and cash flow buys you time. You don't quit your job first. You let your real estate earn that privilege. Kung full-time ka rito sa Canada, tandaan mo ito. Don't start with properties. Start with cash flow numbers. Don't rush quitting your job. Build assets patiently. Comment below cash flow goal. Subscribe for future videos. Hindi ka nahuhuli. You are just starting with clarity.